We're here. We made it. We're locked and loaded. Ready to once again bring you 1 hour and roughly 15 to 20 minutes of comedy, conversation, this, that, the other, and so much more. I am James. You are here for the mid-week episode of At Home, live right here on twitch.tv/athome with James. If you're watching, spread the word right now. Tell everyone you know, mom, dad, auntie, unkie, brother, sister, Grammy, Grampy, worst enemy, or your best friend. Tell them to tune in because we have got ourselves a dilly of a pickle on tonight's show. I am so excited, so very excited that I forgot to spit out my gum. Before the show began, at times I like to throw a piece of gum in my mouth, get face calisthenics, work my jaw out a little bit. So when I enunciate, my mouth is nicely warmed up for all of the words, verbs, and other things that I'm planning to say. Look at that. Got some blue gum. Can't host a show with gum. Now it's gone. We don't have to worry about that gum for the rest of the night. I'm feeling loose as a moose. I'm ready to rock and roll. On tonight's show, a little bit later on, someone that I have been known to call the nicest person that I know. But in addition to that, by far, the nicest person that has ever been on this show. Now, let's face it, there's been a lot of nice people on this show. Carla Ma, Sid Rock, Lisa Palmieri, Dave's not that nice. Let's get right down to the brass tacks of it. That was more of a flub of the words. Maybe I should have left the gum in. Monika Schneider is here tonight. Nicest person in at-home history, much later on. Now, when I was thinking about Monika being on this show, I thought, what are we going to talk about? One thing stuck out to me. Because Monika is so nice, I have never personally seen her get mad. Now, that's not unusual. It's not like Monika and myself spend hours and hours on end talking to each other. But in the time that I have spent, it occurred to me I've never seen Monika irritated, angry, or any of the other words that are similar to those two. But I'm sure that it's happened. For all I know, I have irritated Monika at some point in our friendship, which wouldn't be out of the question. I can be quite irritable. Some say that at most, I'm tolerable. We're going to find out what makes Monika mad. She's got a list. We're going to hear about the list. In addition to that, Taylor McMillan is coming to us tonight from Vancouver, where it is currently 10 minutes past 6 o'clock. Perhaps she's had dinner. Perhaps she's going to eat dinner during her segment. Maybe she'll have dinner after the show, and because it's so early, she'll have another dinner later on. Recently, Taylor bought me a gift and mailed it to me, which is a very kind and sweet and appreciated gesture. I would like to show everyone this gift that Taylor purchased and mailed to me when she's on. Now, when we're talking about food, I need to get something off my chest. Today, I purchased and ate 2 Whoppers walking down the street. I was walking by a Burger King and I thought this could be an idea. But of course, when I'm going into a fast food establishment, I like to make sure that there are coupons available because paying full price for a menu item is not really up my alley. Last time I paid full price for a menu item, I was about knee-high to a grasshopper. So I fired up my mobile device of the iPhone persuasion, and I Googled Burger King coupons, and I saw buy one, get one free. I thought, do I really want 2 Whoppers? I didn't really want 1 Whopper, to be perfectly honest, but I bought 2. I thought I'm going to eat one. I'll eat the other one later. And I ended up eating them both in succession, back to back. And I'll say this. In some ways, I was pleasantly surprised. In other ways, I was pleasantly disappointed. Now, you might say that's an oxymoron. You're correct. But I want to say one thing. If you like the Whopper at Burger King and you enjoy that disgusting tomato and gross lettuce they put on there. I don't know. I don't know what I think about you anymore. Next time you're eating one of those Whoppers, really think about the vegetables as you're taking a bite. It could be a fine burger, a little fine sandwich without that stuff. And why isn't there cheese on it? Their main burger doesn't have cheese. Am I angry about this? Maybe a little. Anger on a scale of 1 James out of 10 Jameses. I'm a 4 Jameses out of 10 Jameses right now. You're not here to watch me talk about food. Frankly, I'm not sure anyone even enjoys my opening spiel at the top of this show. If I thought that they did, I might sprinkle a couple more in throughout the night. But I'm not here to do this tonight, even though I have been doing this. There's one other person that's going to be on the show tonight. Later on, you know him, you love him. In addition to being a guest, a technical director, he is also the leader of the house band that is only here on Wednesdays. Much later on, we have got live and in living color, Andy Assaf and the Revolving Doors.
Yeah, it's been 1 week since you looked at me. Cocked your head to the side, said I'm angry. James, we're back from break.
Well, we weren't. Well, that's fine. Andy, it sounds like you're going acoustic tonight.
Yeah, James, we're putting the electric to the side, and we're doing a tiny desk session tonight.
Okay, so we got ourselves a little NPR tiny desk. Well, Andy, can I say something? An observation, if you will. I noticed
my beautiful vocals.
Yes, you added some vocals to your intro.
Yeah, we're trying something new, James. You know, the limitations of electric guitar are that when I have it plugged in, I can't use my mic at the same time. So I couldn't do vocals before. But now that I'm going acoustic, baby, now you can hear me sing on top of the dulcet tones of my Yamaha acoustic guitar.
Well, yeah, I noticed that you were playing a bit of... as I like to call them, BNL, the Bare Naked Ladies.
Oh, you know it, James. Keep your ear out. I'm going to be playing some hits tonight, some good covers tonight.
All right, so
we're bringing in guests. Yeah.
You know what? I think that's pretty exciting. I like myself a nice cover. I certainly like Canadian content. So you're telling me, Andy, there's going to be more covers later?
Oh, James, it's going to be filled to the brim with covers in tonight's show.
You know what? Color me excited. I'm ready. That's Andy and the Revolving Doors have been giving us covers all night. But before we get to the covers, of course, it is time for our first guest, a friend of the show from week 1 to week whatever we're at right now. I think this is episode, I want to say 112 maybe. No, it can't be 112. We're talking 212 here. I don't even know the number of my shows anymore. Look, I'm rattled. Let's welcome our first guest by way of another province. It is Taylor McMillan. Taylor, welcome back to the show.
It's been 1 week since you looked at me. Cocked your head to the side, said I'm angry.
All right. Well, Taylor, how's it going?
I'm great, James. How you doing?
Well, I never thought I would ask this, but what did it feel like to be played on with some bare naked ladies?
It was interesting. I didn't think I would ever have the unique pleasure.
Yeah, the unique pleasure is a good way to put it. Well, welcome, and I have to ask: have you had dinner? Will you have dinner, or will there be?
I've had dinner. I've turned into one of those people who eats dinner at like 5:30. So
that's fine. That's fine. I think that there's a bit of a stigma, if you will, on dinner times. What time are you supposed to eat dinner?
I don't know. I guess like 7, 8, 9, depending on.
That feels late to me. That feels late.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I guess for you guys, you have curfew, so you can't really go out and even get dinner past.
No, yeah, that's true. But in fairness to La Belle Province, we can still order takeout.
Wait. So they can deliver takeout past curfew?
Yes, that's true. So people that are still working, they've been given a certificate that proves that they're allowed to be out. So if I wanted after the show, I could get some Whoppers, Uber Eats over to my place.
Interesting. Okay, I didn't know that.
There you go. So a bit of a taste of your former home, if you will.
That's right. Aww.
All right, Taylor. Well, look, let's get into the brass tacks of things. I would say about a month ago, you asked me, James, what's your mailing address? Which is not a question I really enjoy receiving.
Okay, yeah, I mean,
true or false?
I think it's true that that is maybe a an alarming question to get.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, is someone going to show up at my house? What am I
Yeah.
receiving? Is there going to be like doxing to my house? What's going on?
Yeah, I was both disarmed and alarmed at the same
Yes.
time. Now, this has happened before where people, I suppose, want to mail me something. I find it very nerve-wracking for someone to ask, what's your address? And there's something about it coming over text that makes it extra scary.
Oh, so what would be like, I guess in person would be the least, like if you had to make a hierarchy.
Yeah, from most nerve-wracking to least would be most the method you went with, text followed by maybe phone call followed by in person. Maybe we can sandwich email / text.
I think email would be the most disturbing because who just emails people? Do you know what I mean?
Well, yeah, it used to be the ways of the world. In any event, I don't want to get caught up in the semantics of how one would go about asking another one's address. Now, many weeks passed and I forgot about this interaction. I then remembered, I asked you, you said, any day now. Any day now. And that day came a few days ago when I walked downstairs to go pick up a pizza, and I have a broken mailbox, and oftentimes the little door is wide open for anyone to take my mail.
Oh, wow.
Now, an item, otherwise known as a package, was resting inside of my mailbox, and that was the moment that I realized this is it. The moment is here, but what I did was I teased myself. I went to pick up the pizza, then I came home. And then I thought about opening it up in the lobby of my building. I thought, you know what? I'm going to tease myself some more. And I walked up to, is my use of the word tease unnerving right now?
Yes, extremely. So basically, it sounds like you're telling me that you edged yourself with regards to this present.
I suppose that I did. But in the same way that someone would see a Christmas gift, not in the smut way that that it's being framed as.
Mm-hmm.
In any event, I picked up my pizza, I came home, and I, again, like I mentioned, I almost opened up in the lobby. I thought, no. I'm going to take this upstairs. Now,
Like,
as much
I
as
can feel pleasure with this gift right now, but I'm going to hold off and wait.
Yes. Yeah, now you're teasing yourself.
No, we're still talking about you.
All right, well, drink up. So I have to confess that I did not eat the pizza and then wait to open it. I opened the present.
Okay.
Came in a bag. I felt it a little bit. I thought this has to be clothing because it felt like clothing. Now I've taken an image, otherwise known as a picture, of what this item is. Andy is the man in the booth right now. Andy, whenever you're ready, please feel free to show the audience the gift that Taylor ever so graciously sent me. So now people are they're able to see it. It was clothing. It was a t-shirt that reads Purity Power, commit to living an abstinent life, virgin of the week. Just because you're a virgin doesn't mean you're a loser. Now, as you can see, I am wearing the shirt in the picture, so I was tickled by it. The shirt absolutely tickled me. Now, Taylor, I have to ask you, why on earth did you see that and think, well, I have to get this for James? Let's get into your mind now that I've given this long, drawn-out story.
Well, number one, when I was leaving Montreal, we had a funeral for me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you remember this.
Mm-hmm.
And you played your character...
Wally Diaper.
Wally Diaper, that's what it was.
Yes.
So you played Wally Diaper, and I took a photo of you, and you had a sign that said, Big Loser Virgin.
Yes, that is correct.
Yeah, and so obviously, like, art imitates life. I understand that, you know, it's something that you struggle with, your virginity, and I just wanted you to not feel shame because there's nothing wrong with it.
You know what? I would agree. I don't think that anyone that is now, this is the thing specifically about this shirt. This is a shirt for people that are saving themselves for what I assume to be marriage or a meaningful relationship. Now, I want to be clear, I'm not wearing this, and I don't believe that you've sent it to me to mock people that choose to live their life. But if you're someone that wants to mock them, feel free. I will hold that against you in no way, shape, or form. Now, I have to make it clear that I have never withheld myself for marriage, despite popular opinion.
Well, it's still it's a great shirt, James.
It is a great shirt, yeah. Yeah, so you saw it and you thought, well, this, I have to get it for James. Of all the people that you, now, is there anyone else you could have conceivably sent that gift to? There's not, so it's just me.
Just you. There was literally not one other person who I thought this would be great. I was like, James needs to have this. I just also want to point out that I really dislike gift giving. I don't like it at all. I only do it when I find a particular item that I feel so accurately needs to be with that person.
Yeah.
And this year, you're getting a gift. And probably no one else in my life.
I am very touched by that. I told you, you mentioned that. I said it's very, very kind of you. And while at on one side of things, I'm very flattered. On the other side of things, it's almost shocking that you could conceive of no other person that would be deemed suitable to receive the Purity Power Virgin of the Week shirt. Now, that part I think gets lost in the shirt because there's a lot of real whammies in this. Again, quote, just because you're a virgin doesn't mean you're a loser, which I agree with. I can think of a variety of ways that one could be a loser. That is not one of them. I think what's lost is that I am the virgin of the week.
Yeah, if I had to choose my favorite virgin of the week, I guess it'd be you, James.
Yeah, although the issue surrounding this just honorable title is it's not, I don't think it's applicable.
Well, they say that if you don't have sex for a year, then it basically grows back.
Oh, your virginity grows back like a fingernail or your hair? You know, there's a lot of information about me coming out tonight. Maybe we'll end the show here. No, we're going to keep it going. We're going to keep it going. Okay, so Taylor, you know that now there has to be a gift coming your way at some point.
Yeah, but see, this is the foil, is that you don't know my address.
This is correct, but I think I could find it. I feel like I could find it.
No, I don't think you could.
Well, I feel confident that I could. I would say 80 on a scale of 100 Jameses, I'm 85 James percents.
This is alarming because how?
Look, I have my ways. I have my ways.
Interesting.
Now, there's a variety of things I could send your way. One of which that I will not be sending is something similar to what you're wearing right now. Now, for lack of my own tastes and comfort levels, would you like to let us know this zip up jacket like number that you're wearing right now?
It's what some people like to call juicy couture.
Yeah, it's called juicy couture. Which how would you define juicy couture? What is juicy couture?
Juicy couture is how to describe it? Oh wow, it kind of came into prominence in like the mid 2000s. Sported by certain celebrities like Paris Hilton, Nicole Richie, basically every celebrity around that time that was kind of
toilet
like
celebrities.
Sexy young people had them.
Yeah, toilet.
And they're very tight fitting sweatsuits, and they have like diamond words often on the butt or across the boobs.
Yeah, on it's a double. It usually there's a top and a bottom, a zip up and
some pants.
Oh, so there are some pants now. There's often slogans kind of printed along the rear end, which include a pause off. Yeah. Now, does yours have a slogan?
Mine just says, does it have something on the back? I think it just says choose juicy.
Would you like to turn around so we could see it? So we could see choose juicy, words I never thought I would ever say on this show.
Can you see it?
Yeah. Okay. So yeah. It. Yeah. If you could, you straighten it out just a pinch, just a pinch.
Hold on here.
Yeah. There we go. Yeah. So you might see in bedazzled lettering, choose, and then in gigantic font, juicy. Choose juicy.
Yeah.
All right. So I can say for certain that I will never purchase one of those for neither myself or to send to you as some. Is this a revenge gift? I don't know.
You know, it's funny because I actually have searched to find you a Juicy Couture suit, but they're really expensive.
Yeah,
Even
I would
the
say
old ones are like $150, $200.
yeah, I think that me wearing Juicy Couture is wrong on every level.
Maybe it would help you get off the Virgin of the Week.
Okay, so look, I suppose anytime I wear, look, I think I'm a de facto Virgin of the Week for life. Now, me wearing a Juicy Couture jumpsuit feels like crimes against humanity.
Well, I don't know, James. I think you have a nice slender figure. I think it could really show off some of your assets.
Yeah, so you think, whoa, you you think I need to be walking down the street showing off my assets in Juicy coat? What color would I wear?
Ooh.
It's gotta be lime green, right? Lime green.
No, it wouldn't be lime green. I think like almost a purple would be nice.
Now, I think if I had my pick, it would be brown.
Yeah, brown would be okay too, actually, because you could go sort of like a vintage vibe, like a 70s leisure suit kind of
Yeah,
thing.
so but I don't want mine to say choose juicy. I don't even want to say that out loud with my words.
You don't like choose juicy?
No, I think it has to say little cutie.
Right. No, I think you could say juicy cutie.
Okay,
or cutie juicy.
What about on the back? We scrap all of that, and in bedazzled lettering, we write "saving myself for the one," spelled THA, and then the one is the number.
Yes, I'm into this very much so.
All right, so I think we've found a middle ground, much to my chagrin.
You'll be grinning.
Yeah, I'll be grinning as I look in the mirror wearing Juicy Couture until one tear just trails down my cheek, followed by many, many tears.
Hey, you know what? This pandemic has changed all of our lives, and sometimes in unexplainable and surprising ways. And maybe this is yours.
All right. Well, this has been very enlightening for me. So not only am I a Virgin of the Week, but you think that I'm a prime candidate to begin wearing and flaunting once again Juicy Couture.
They need some new spokesmodels, and you know what? A brand partnership for you might be a great idea.
Yeah, I'm looking for one. You don't see a lot of male representation in the Juicy Couture world, as far as I know.
I mean, who better? Who better, James?
All right. So if anyone out there from the Juicy Couture fashion line happens to be watching, I might be your man. Not because I have an interest in it, but because it seems to be a necessity. Well, Taylor, this has been a truly humbling conversation. I'm not sure how I feel about myself anymore. I felt pretty good going in. I feel a little less good going out.
Hey, Virgin Pride.
Yeah, Virgin Pride. You can hashtag that now in the chat. Virgin Pride. Well, Taylor, any last words for our audience before we send you back into the information superhighway? And it's already hashtagged in the chat.
Wonderful.
Or it'll be trending, as the kids say. Any last words for our audience?
I just hope that you all choose to have a juicy week.
Oh. Now, what goes into having a juicy week, please?
Listen, we're going to have our own segment about that.
Yeah, I think that segment is going to be a no-go right here on Twitch. Taylor, not only do I want to say thank you for appearing on tonight's show, can't even make eye contact with my screen anymore. I'd like to thank you very much for the gift. Very funny.
Very welcome.
Very funny, very thoughtful. Hashtag virgin pride, hashtag purity power, hashtag virgin of the week.
Have a good one, James.
Take care, Taylor.
Yeah, it's been 1 week since you looked at me. James is wearing sexy couture and it's sexy. All right, we're back from break.
Yeah, it's a night of covers, and I guess in that respect, a night of reimagined lyrics. This is the type of guy I am. I let all these clowns and jokers and jokesters come on here. Everyone just picks on me. That's just the type of guy I am. You know who else sacrificed himself for the greater good? Jesus. Now, I don't want to make any bold comparisons. I'm not the type of guy to compare myself to Jesus, but there are some parallels, okay? There's some parallels. My tears turn into wine for all of these wackos to drink and satiate themselves with. Let's welcome our next guest. She's always nice. She's always smiling. She was just dancing in the queue. Let's welcome back to the show, Monika Schneider.
Yeah, it's been 1 week since you looked at me. So sexy like Jesus, he's a virgin.
Woo!
Monika, welcome back to the show. How are you?
I'm great. And I gotta say, Andy's music is just killing me. I love it.
He's
Thank you,
he's
Monika.
really he's doing a service to the guys in Bare Naked Ladies.
It's amazing.
Now, as I was preparing your introduction, Monika, one thing that I'd be remiss if I didn't mention is that you are a part of the fashion world.
I am.
Now,
Yeah.
Monika, can you give me your unadulterated opinion on Juicy Couture?
Well, it's something that's definitely been trendy. I never got on the Juicy train myself, but
I don't want you or anyone to get on the Juicy train.
But it's great. I hear they're comfortable. I mean, Taylor was rocking it. Like she made me want to go out and buy one. So
so she made you want to choose Juicy.
Yeah.
All right. So Taylor McMillan, trendsetter on the show. Monika, I have been saying this to you since you first appeared on the show. We're getting a little juicy over there already. There we go.
On your show,
You know what? I want people to feel like they can get drunk on this show. I want people to feel like if they want to just spark up a crack pipe, just whatever they want.
It's just, a nice relaxing time.
Choose Juicy, right?
Juicy.
Choose Juicy. So I'm losing it tonight. Monika, you've been on this show a number of times. I always talk about how you're the nicest person to ever grace any episode on this show. Now, before we really get into it, you know this. I'm sure I'm not the first person to tell you this.
No. I mean, even in New York as a waitress, customers would be like, "Why are you so nice?"
Yeah.
And then another waiter would be like, "She's Canadian." And they'd be like, "Oh." That was the
okay. So perhaps there's some. I don't want to put all of this on Canadiana, but perhaps we can say some of it. Now, when you were working in New York, did you have any regulars by chance?
Oh.
You don't have regulars unless you're really nice. You leave a mark on someone.
I never thought of it that way. I thought more of like regulars to the restaurant.
Yes. Yeah, but they probably had a rapport with you. You had a rapport with them.
It's nice. And I honestly never thought about that.
Now this is going to be a real obscure reference. You were the Amanda Seyfried to their Alan Arkin in the movie Love the Coopers.
I didn't see it. Oh, but I think I'm gonna take that as a compliment.
Look, it is a Christmas movie, and I am both unabashed, but at the same time ashamed to admit that movie, every year I watch it, makes me cry. Now, I don't know if it's the relationship between Marissa Tomei and Diane Keaton. I don't know if it's the relationship between Amanda Seyfried and Alan Arkin. There's a lot going on, and it really tugs at my heartstring.
I think that's great.
All right. And see, this is why you're nice, Monika. You could have laughed me out of the building, but you didn't. But
No.
We need to set this up because I've never seen you angry. I've never seen you irritated.
Not many have.
Do you have a high tolerance for that sort of thing?
I do. And it's funny because I've been home a bunch during the pandemic, and I was like, you know what? I'm pretty sure I get this from my dad. He's just I rarely see him get rocked. You know?
Okay.
I was like, oh, I think I might be like that.
Okay, which is not a bad thing.
Yeah.
It shows that you have patience.
Yeah.
But tonight, I have tasked you with, from my perspective, the difficult job of putting together a list of things that grind your gears, get under your skin, and make you mad. So, Monika, are you ready to expose the truth to us?
I am. And I just want to let everyone know, you know, I'm only human, you know?
Well, I'm
just like everybody else out there.
I'm glad that you gave everyone that warning. Folks, Monika's only human. She's doing the best she can. So Monika, I'm ready for the list. I'm on pins and needles.
Great.
I need to know. Let's hear some items.
I made a top 10. Okay. So let's start at number 10.
Please.
Number 10 of things that make me mad. Number 10. Warning crust in people's eyes.
That makes you mad.
Makes me mad. Because you know what? Hygiene 101. You know, wake up in the morning, wash your face. It just bugs me, you know? Is it more of a pet peeve? Maybe, but.
Yeah, okay. So I would have 100% thought Monika would never get mad at that. She'd be so understanding. But you're saying if I show up and I got gunk all over my eyeballs and eyelids, you're like, this guy has got to hit the road, Jack.
And, you know, I got to say, you wouldn't see that I'm mad, but inside I would be.
Okay, got it. So eyeball gunk makes you mad. Yes. Morning, otherwise known as morning crust, which is going to be the line. That's going to be the name of my fashion line of jumpsuits, morning crust.
I'll buy it.
Thank you. Let's go to number 9.
Number 9, maybe more relatable, leaving the lights on when you're not home. I'm just like energy saving 101. You know, I get it if you go on a vacation and you set timers to, you know, trick people into thinking maybe you are home for safety purposes. But, you know, if one just leaves the house for a few hours, turn off the lights.
I'm going to tell you something. This really hits home because my grandfather also hated lights being on if they weren't being used. Now, this is not to equate you to someone's grandpa. But this one I understand because I've come face to face with the dragon, so to speak. All right. Leaving the lights on, number 9. What do we have at number 8?
Number 8, rotten, wilted salad leaves at a restaurant.
Now this, I 100% agree with. That finger is going back and forth. I can feel your anger. It's rising.
Yeah.
So now let's get into it. Tell us more.
You know, it's a restaurant. So like when I order a salad, I expect it to be fresh. And I don't think it's too much to ask. I think the salad prep person should easily make sure that the greens are fresh and remove any wilted brown edged leaves. Do you want me to come back, you know, to your restaurant?
But here's the question. Will you send it back? Will you flag the server and say, the leaves are wilted, I want a fresh salad, or else?
I'm too nice.
Okay. But now
I'll pick them out myself.
Okay, now we're getting somewhere. I was going to ask, will you eat the wilted leaves? But you're saying you'll pick them out. So when the person takes them back, so in some ways you are telling them.
Yeah. But, you know, I should say, if I'm asked, how's the salad? I'll tell them, you know what? I was a little disappointed at some of the rotten leaves in there.
Okay, so rotten leaves in a salad. Let's move on. In the number 7 position as we start to get angrier.
All right, still in the food category, warm coffee at a specialty coffee shop.
Warm coffee?
Not just a restaurant or a cafe. We're talking a place that specializes in preparing and serving coffee. I want it super hot.
Okay, so now I understand. Okay. So you want something that feels and tastes fresh. You want quality.
And yes, But I also like it's hot. Coffee's supposed to be hot. And I have to say,
Yeah.
the worst place, again, when I was in New York, Blue Bottle Coffee Bar across from Bryant Park at 42nd, they felt the new hip temperature for coffee was warm and not hot. And they literally told me that when I said, this isn't hot enough. Can you heat it up? They gave me like the dirtiest look and they're like, that's the new temperature for coffee. And I was like, not for me.
Okay. So in this instance, as opposed to the salad, you said, can I get it a little toastier?
Oh yeah, I don't mess around with coffee.
And you know what? This makes sense because there's a reason 7 has ranked higher on your anger list. 8, you're willing to put up with it. 7, this is where I'm starting to understand your essence of anger. Okay, number 6.
Putting empty jars of almond butter back in my pantry. Shout out to my brother.
Okay, so you're calling your brother out on this one. He's now a question. Is he putting them back to mess with you, or is it just one of those moments of laziness where it's like, you know?
I think he's just very absent-minded and he means very well. He's welcome to any food in my house when he's here, and he'll often come when I'm not here, and I'll know that because there'll be an empty jar of almond butter in my pantry.
Now will you tell him after? You say, no, okay, you will
It's a running joke, almost. I think it's a joke now because he knows I'm like, just recycle it. But bless him, he'll show up next visit with a full jar for me in my pantry.
Okay, so in some ways, the anger yields a positive return.
True, yes.
Okay, so we're at the halfway point now. Number 5, what makes Monika mad?
Number 5, groups of people who don't go single file when passing someone on the sidewalk, but instead stay in their group, filling up the whole sidewalk, forcing others to either A, walk on someone's lawn, or B, on the street.
Okay, so basically a group of people who are not courteous, who force everyone to get out of their way, as opposed to having a hive mind of getting people in line so everyone has a bit of the sidewalk.
Exactly. That's it.
Okay.
That's it.
So this falls in line with societal etiquette.
Yeah. And for this one, James, I don't move. I keep walking and I'll stop when they're a foot from me and they'll have to go around me. Like,
well, I'm going to tell you something. What you've just said has resonated coming in from the chat, courtesy of Real Sid Rock. Jesus Christ. That's insane to do that. Monika just triggered me.
Oh, Sid. I feel you, buddy. I feel you. Yeah.
Birds of a feather. Okay, so number 5.
Birds of a feather. Me and Sid.
We have all got our
together, James.
Our code of social etiquette. This is where yours is broken. Okay, let's go to number 4 as we start to get angrier and angrier.
Opening my newly ordered IKEA furniture that needs to be assembled, only to find a piece missing.
Okay, so now is this common?
Do your job, IKEA box product person. That's my message.
Okay, so that's your second call out. You've called out IKEA and your brother. And let's also throw in this coffee shop in New York. Okay, so now we're getting violent with this stuff.
Yeah.
Okay,
so
now
you'll see me.
Look, if I take a beating, I know that again it's for the greater good. You'll be taking out frustration on your brother, on IKEA. I'm happy to be the bane of that. Now
that's very nice of you.
Thank you, coming from you. That means a lot. Now, will you call IKEA or will you just go to a hardware store to pick up?
Oh, no. I go back to the customer service upset. And, I'm a nice, I'm not going to ream someone out. I know it's not their fault who's at the customer service, but, I'll be frustrated and get another one, open it there, make sure everything's there before I go back with it.
Oh, so you'll open it there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The second time. Just
all right. So we're about to move into our top 3.
Top 3.
Now, I like these choices. I'm very curious about what's coming in the number 3 position. Monika, take it away.
All right. The old lady who lives a few doors down from me, who constantly peers from her second floor window or porch and yells down to me whenever I walk by with my cat, "Est-ce qu'il fait caca ou pipi? Est-ce qu'il fait caca ou pipi?"
Okay, so this, now, of all the things that I could have imagined what is going to be on this list, You being accosted by an elderly lady in a window.
Yeah.
And for people who don't know, you do walk your cat on a leash.
Guilty.
Now, I'm assuming you take your cat out, let's say once a day. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes.
How many times a day do you take your cat out? Once a day. So we're looking at 7 days in a week. How many days out of those 7 does this elderly lady yell at you?
Well, it's off season right now. It's winter. It's too cold for her. So in the summer, it's probably once a week.
Okay, once a week. So look, there's still that's there's 52 weeks in a year.
I think I'm exaggerating. It might be every 2 weeks, to be fair.
Okay, that's still a lot for the. Now, do you have the same question, or is it one of those? Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm like just walking. No, he's just smelling your. He doesn't even go in her yard. It's just we're walking by, and she's like obsessed with if he's gonna shit or piss on her.
Now, do you ever see this lady in passing in life, or just your relationship? Is she just the scary lady in the window?
I've seen her passing. I don't know if she connects me with the person who walks the cat.
Okay.
When I pass her, I don't have the cat.
Yeah, Monika, I think you know what you have to do next time you pass her.
Shit and piss on her lawn.
I was gonna say you have to shove her to the ground. I think that you got to really, you have to start imposing your will. If she's going to be yelling at you from a window, you got to take the bull by the horns, show her who's right. Now, just for the record, let's imagine someone saying, "Hey, did you hear what Monika did?" No, what? Oh, she beat up an old lady.
See, I couldn't do it.
I'll tell you this. I'll say this right here, right now. I'd say, you know what? I don't agree with it, but I still like her.
That's very sweet.
It's just the kind of guy I am. Okay, so old lady yelling at you from a window. What comes in at number 2?
Yeah. Number 2. Oh, when a product I ordered online arrives and looks nothing like the photo.
Okay, so I know of this phenomena. It's never happened to me. Take us through your feelings when you open it up.
Well, it happened once, and then I was very careful about my online ordering. So the sweater I ordered was much too fitted. Should have been an oversized loose fit. The jacquard pattern quality was far inferior, and the drape was off. The image showed fabric that had a nice drape on the body, whereas the sweater I got was much thicker and stiffer. And I'm like, don't try to sell shit you can't make,
Okay, so see, this is how I know that we're getting deep into the list, because now your cursing has amplified. You can feel the anger permeating in the room. Okay, so now will they send you the product? Will you take a return, or will you say, you know what, just take it back, I want my money?
Well, in this case, I kept it because I can sew. So I actually cut it up and remade it to be the way I wanted it to be.
Okay, so once again, a fashionista.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you said yes to that, right? There's a lot of humble people in the world.
So
we need to own our greatness.
Oh, well, thank you.
Well, you're welcome. Okay, so we have gone from 10 to 2.
Oh, yeah.
Before we get into the number 1, are there any honorable mentions of small things that didn't quite make the list? I'm putting you on the spot.
That's a great question, because I didn't really think about it. Let me think for a second.
Well, how about this? Can I throw you another curveball?
Yeah, throw me a curveball.
Now, for people who don't know, I met Monika through the very cool world of improv. Now, I have never seen you on any level upset after a show, disappointed after a show, certainly not angry after a show. Are there any improv habits that get under your skin? You see things, you go, I don't like that.
I'm not going to lie. It's mostly towards myself.
I knew you were going to say that. I knew it. I could feel it.
Well, it's just, and I know we all do it. I've had many conversations with people. It's easy we're our worst critic.
I'm going to tell you something, Monika. I spend more time being angry at what other people do than what I do. That's it. You know what? We got to embrace our greatness.
I can learn from that.
No, but there's got to be something. Now, I'm not saying throw anyone under the bus, or there's a person that does a thing, but maybe like it could be. There's too many taps in the world, or you know what, the music is too low before a show. The bathrooms are disgusting.
So improv theater related.
Yeah, anything.
I mean, it's hard. I wouldn't say it makes me mad because, it's theater, but I mean, I guess it's a little, throws me off if suddenly music comes on that wasn't supposed to or something.
Okay, so
but it doesn't make me mad. It's more like, oh, is that going to be part of the scene now?
Monika, this is why you're a great improviser. You roll with the punches, not like Morning Crust over here, regimented in his ways. Monika, let's get into the number one thing that makes Monika mad.
Okay, number one thing is swindlers. Yes, James. And I have a story.
Oh, that's the first time the term swindlers has ever been uttered on the show. Monika, take us through this.
It's embarrassing. Okay, when I was in New York, I learned the hard way and was really trusting of a guy that came into the restaurant that I was working at and said he could give me an iPod for $50. If I gave him $50, he would get it for me. Okay. Red flag, major red flag. A, someone trying to sell iPods to restaurant workers, and B, not even having the product with him.
AKA a swindler.
Yeah. So what did I do? I gave him $50. I was like, oh, sure. I believe you.
Was that your voice back then?
Yeah. But James, it gets worse. He came back and said, oops, I forgot it's 80. I need $30 more.
No, Monika, you gave him the 30, didn't you?
Red flag. I gave him $30 more.
Okay, so not only did you get swindled once, but you were swindled twice by the same.
Oh my God.
By the same con man.
Yeah. And of course he never came back. And as I was thinking about it, I was like, and hear myself saying it, I'm like, wow, I was a real idiot.
Okay, but hold on. Now, Monika, you're from Ottawa, right? Then it all makes sense. I
wanted to believe that this guy was giving me a good deal and probably making some money for himself.
Now, do you know what this person's name is or was?
No.
Probably a fake name. He probably told you his name was something like Johnny Smooth Talker.
Oh my God. And that would have been another red flag, but I probably wouldn't have.
Yeah, he would have said, oh, my name, Johnny Smooth Talker. And then
cool. Here's some more money.
Yeah, what a nice, do you need, here, let me pick up your tab too.
I'm hoping I made his day by just giving him money, but who knows?
Well, yeah, I think, he was up $80. But you know what? The joke's on him because now you're telling it on a mildly viewed internet stream show.
That's right, sucker.
He's the real loser, a swindler.
Totally, swindler.
In the end, you swindled him by being the bigger person. You came out on top, Monika.
Thanks, James. That's really kind.
Monika, it's always a treat when you come on the show. No one could ever talk about things that make them so angry in such an upbeat way.
Oh, that's so nice.
Thanks, this is the thing. I'm a nice guy, and you're one of the few people that comes on the show who is nice to me.
It kills me.
It's fine. I'll be okay. I do it for the people. Monika, I hope to see you soon. I hope you have a good night. Thanks for coming by, okay?
Thank you so much.
That's Monika Schneider. We learned about what made her mad.
5, 6, 7, 8. Ooh, baby, it's a wild world. It's hard to get by just upon a smile. All right, we're back from break.
All right, well, I suppose that's a different cover. We talked about what makes Monika mad. I'm going to tell you what will make me happy, and that will be to see you here once again on Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Who's going to be here? Dimitri Kira is going to be here. Connor Rose is also going to be here. And from what I understand, Raquel Belmonte is also going to be here this Friday right here on Twitch. Let's welcome our final guest. He is the person behind those lovely chords and lovely lyrics. Let's welcome the lovely Andy Assaf.
It's been 1 week since you looked at me. What's up, James?
Andy, I'm doing very well. How are you?
Doing great, baby. We're back from break.
Yeah, you couldn't look any more like someone ready for a night out at Studio 54.
Yeah.
show.
Yeah, well, we're gonna go hit the after party after the show. Just like SNL does every Saturday night. Every night, does the chat know we go out and have some drinks at our little speakeasy, if you know what I mean.
Wait, there's an after party to this show?
James, you haven't been to the after party yet?
Yeah,
the
no,
Home with James after party?
I wasn't aware that there was an after. Wait, you've been having parties after the show?
Well, yeah, I mean the band, whoever's in the band for the for the week, we get a table. We get a special table at Sauté Brothers. And we go and we have a little after party to celebrate the hard work we put into the show.
All right. Well, every week you show up. The Revolving Doors is the house band. Who do you have with us tonight?
Oh, baby. You know them. They're one of the best bands of the late 90s, early 2000s. It's Puddle of Mud, baby. But we're going acoustic.
Yeah. You're both going acoustic. You and the guy from Puddle of Mud.
Yeah, it's Wes Scantlin.
Yeah, Wes Scantlin is part of the Revolving Doors tonight. Well, Andy, you mentioned off the top that you had to go acoustic tonight, and you said a variety of covers, which has been primarily dominated by 1 week by the Bare Naked Ladies.
You noticed that, eh, James?
Yeah, I noticed. It was very. You played with the lyrics periodically in reference to me being quote virgin of the week.
Okay, yeah. Look, I'm gonna just be honest with you, James. I didn't prepare very much for the show because I was a little busy.
You're a little bit. That's fine. Don't feel bad about it. What have you been busy doing?
It was guitar related, right? Usually you tell me, hey, we're gonna have the Revolving Doors back on. I get on the phone with my agent. I say, let's get who do we got this week? Puddle of Mud, are they available? Mm-hmm. They don't have anything going on right now. Mm-hmm. And I start learning some songs for the show so that we have some songs to play for playing the guests, play out the guests, and that there's a variety. But I was a little busy learning one particular song. And it's the aforementioned Bare Naked Ladies classic, 1 week.
Yeah, so there's a reason you're learning the song. It wasn't for the show tonight.
Yes, there's a reason, James.
All right, well, do you want to share the reason, or is it some type of confidential reason?
No, it's just, well, okay, so there's a lady, James.
Oh, okay.
I kind of feel like Connor Rose right now.
You know what? I've been known to give Connor some pretty good advice.
Okay. Well, then maybe you could give me some advice here, James.
Okay, so Connor often he just blurts out the name of these ladies that he's courting. Would you like to say this person's name or perhaps give them a code?
Let's keep her private. She's not important to the story, James. She is the story, but I don't think she'd appreciate me just doxing her on the show. So let's just refer her to 1 week. Lady 1 week.
Lady 1 week. So just for the record, you said she's not important to the story.
That's not what I meant.
Okay. Lady, okay, so you have become infatuated with, I can tell it's really getting to you.
Yeah.
The ways of the heart have that effect on us.
It's just, James, when you meet someone, you're just like, oh boy, you know what I mean? And then she told me what she told me when I met her. She said, oh, okay, let's back up. So I walk in. Yesterday it's dinner time, right? And I'm hungry, so I walk down the street as I do, and I walk into Popeye's Chicken to get a spicy Popeye's chicken sandwich, right? Mm-hmm. And who's there working at the cash but Lady 1 week, right?
Okay.
And I usually, whenever I see a pretty girl, I open with, hey, do you want to buy an iPod? $50. And usually they don't say yes to that, but then it starts the conversation. And guess what was on the PA? But Bare Naked Ladies.
I'm gonna guess 1 week.
1 week. Sure. And she says, I love this song.
Mm-hmm.
So then gears are turning, James. I'm thinking, I got to learn this song. I got to come back here in 1 week's time and kick down the door and serenade her with 1 week.
Okay, so it just happens to be a song that she loves, and your next move is to kick the door down and play. Well, let me hear what you've got so far? Can we, for people who
haven't heard it enough tonight?
Let's look. You know what? I'm a believer in digging in the heels and really owning our great.
God. Okay. You want me to play 1 week by the Bare Naked Ladies? Let me get the tabs up here.
Give me what you've been doing so far.
Okay, let's see how much I can get through this. You ready for this?
Sure, yeah. Okay, well, would you like me to throw to you?
Yeah, please. Yes, I love that. Like it's SNL, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
Okay,
ladies
so
and gentlemen, The Weekend. You know what I mean?
sure. Yeah, so just keep doing what you were doing there. I like that tapping on the guitar. That was good.
Yeah. You just want me to keep tapping?
Go for it. Go for it, yeah.
Are you gonna throw to me?
We're about to see
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Don't I know how to host this show.
All right, here we go.
Yep. So we're about to see a live musical performance. Andy Assaf has got his eyes on a special someone, and this special someone has got a song coming their way. It's Andy Assaf with 1 week. Take it away, Andy.
All right, you ready, Wes? All right. It's been 1 week since you looked at me. Cocked your head to the side, said I'm angry. 5 days since you laughed at me. Get that together, come back and see me. 3 days since you live in room. Realize it's all my fault I couldn't tell you. Yesterday you'd forgiven me, but I'll still be 2 days till I say I'm sorry. Then it goes to the rap part, but I don't know if I can do
let's
that
hold
part.
off on the rap. I have a couple questions.
Yeah.
Now, Andy, how long have you been working on that?
14 days, James. 2 weeks.
So you said you were gonna go back in 1 week.
I am way past the deadline, James.
Yeah. That's very clear. So that has taken you 14 days.
James, I'm a mess. I can't sleep. I can't eat. I've just been thinking of this girl. I've been thinking about the spicy chicken Popeye sandwich, one of the greatest chicken sandwiches fast food has ever produced. And I don't know how to play this song, James. It's a weird song. Have you ever listened to the song?
Well, it sounds like you do well with the it's been 1 week since you looked
iconic,
at me,
right?
Bamba.
You just got to add a lot of vibrato to it.
Yeah. So that part's good, and then when you say cocked my head to the side and said I'm angry, Bamba, you excel at that part, and then it really falls off a cliff.
Okay. Maybe it was the first time I got past that line. So
in 14 days, you've just been doing. It's been 1 week since you looked at me,
James.
Cocked my head to the side and said, "I'm angry."
I had a guitar teacher. Okay, Carlos Santana.
Oh, all right.
He told me, divide and conquer. Right? How he learns those crazy licks. You know, Black Magic Woman. You know, he takes each line, right, and he learns it. He plays it over and over again.
Is that all you know of Black Magic Woman as well?
I don't know how to play it because I haven't put in the time to learn every single verse, every single line of the song.
Right. So you have yet to divide and conquer.
No, that's next on my list. I think she'd like Black Magic Woman too.
Yes, yeah, it's quite a jump from 1 week. Now, what about this? What if you just kept repeating, "It's been 1 week since you looked at me, cocked my head to the side and said I'm angry." You go back to the beginning.
Just restart it.
Let's try that 3 times in a row.
Son of a bitch, James. You are a genius.
All I'm saying is,
you're a genius, James.
I want you to just close your eyes. I want you to imagine you've already kicked the door in at Popeyes. Yeah, you want to see this lovely lady. You're going to give me the best parts of you. You're going to accentuate the positives and hide the negatives. So it's been 1 week since you looked at me.
Okay.
Cocked my head to the side and said I'm angry. It's been 1 week since you looked at me. Cocked my head to the side and said I'm angry.
I'm angry. Yeah.
It's been 1 week since you looked at me. Cocked my head to the side and said I'm angry.
I think I got it.
And then maybe
closing my eyes is difficult because then I can't look at the tabs.ultimate/guitar website I have up here.
Yeah, let's give this a try because I have a good feeling.
Okay. All right. You want me to do it now?
Yeah.
Okay. It's been 1 week since you looked at me. Cocked your head to the side, said I'm lonely. Fuck, James. Fuck.
Andy, you're going back to the parts you don't know.
I'm regressing, James.
Yeah, you're regressing, but remember, hide the negatives, accentuate the positives. Just give me those opening lines 3 times.
What? Okay, but what you're saying is the best part is when I say it's been 1 week.
1 week since you looked at me.
So maybe I should just be repeating that part.
I want that second line. Otherwise, you're just saying 1 week over and over again. Also, in fairness, you're also saying, cocked my head to the side and said, I'm lonely, but the lyric is
I know.
angry.
I keep forgetting it. And I have my eyes closed and I can't look at the guitar tab, James.
Keep your eyes open. Let's see if you can give me those lines 3 times.
Okay. Fuck, James. It's been 1 week since you looked at me. Cocked your head to the side, said I'm angry. It's been 1 week since you looked at me. Cocked your head to the side, said I'm angry. It's been 1 week since you looked at me. Cocked your head to the side and said I'm angry.
Yeah, see, that was you know what you did? You found
Right.
You found 2 lines in that song and turned it into the greatest hits.
Wow, you really think so, James?
Yeah, I think so. I think that she'd probably be really impressed that you just put that much effort in to know a little bit of it, and then maybe the more time you spend with each other, you can learn a little bit more and keep surprising her.
That's true. And then maybe I could, do the chorus part too,
Yeah,
That'd be great.
it would be great. I think
How could I help it if I think you're kind of funny when you're mad? Trying hard not to smile, though I feel bad. I'm the kind of guy who laughs at a funeral. Can't understand what I mean? Well, soon, very soon you will. I have a tendency to wear my mind on my sleeve. I have a history of taking off my shirt. It's been 1 week since you looked at me, and then the song restarts, James.
Yeah, so I think you can look at that as a long-term goal. Don't break the guitar. No, you don't want to do that.
It's my roommate's anyways. I shouldn't do
Look,
that.
despite popular opinion or being voted Virgin of the Week, I like to think I know a thing or two about a thing or two.
I was just going to say, for a virgin, you really have a lot of good advice, man.
Yeah. There's it's questionable, but in any event, Andy, you know what I don't want to go over the top with this, but it almost felt like in this moment you were kind of like a son to me, and I was giving you advice.
James, that means a lot, man, because, the only time I ever played guitar for anyone, just one-on-one like this, was with my dad, my actual dad. But, of course, he always wanted to play Cat Stevens, which is why I knew that other song.
Well, and let's also be clear, your dad is still with us. You played Cat Steven with your dad, huh?
Yeah. He's somewhere up there right now, in his condo. Playing Cat Stevens.
So you mean he lives on the top floor of a condo?
Yeah, he's near the penthouse in
Yeah, so he's not dead.
No.
What are you deceiving people?
No, but I like doing that. It's like a sign of respect.
Right. Well, do you know any Cat Stevens?
Other than the one I played?
Yeah.
Well, we used to play father and son quite a bit, James.
Oh, that feels right, because we have this thing going on right now a little bit.
James, you're not going to ask me to play father and son for us.
Look, Andy, Father's Day is coming up.
Oh, God. Okay. Let me Google it.
I think that if you're going to practice 1 week for Lady 1 week, you got to get ready for your old man. And in some ways, you got to get ready for your old pal, Jim.
So you're saying I should sing this song to you as if you were my dad?
I think that it would be good practice for you to sing it to your real dad.
You. Okay, here we go.
You want an intro?
Oh, yeah.
We've had a lot of songs tonight. It's been a night of music, and we've got just a little bit more left in the tank. We're going to slow things down right now, and if you're sitting with your son, or maybe your father, maybe even your mother or your daughter, hold them close and don't let go. Here to cover Cat Stevens' Father and Son is Andy Assaf. Take it away, Andy.
It's not time to make a change. Just relax and take it easy. You're still young, that's your fault. There's so much you have to know. Find a girl, settle down. That's what we hope, right, James? If Papa, if you want to, you can marry. God, I wish. Look at me, I am old. That's you. I'm singing as you, but I'm happy. I was once like you are now, and I know that it's not easy to be calm when you found something going on. But take your time, think a lot. Why think of everything you've got? For you will still be here tomorrow. But I may not. And that's what he said to me right before
Yeah, right before
he went back
moved
up
to
to
the top floor of a
before he
condo
moved to the
building.
condo,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, Andy, that was lovely. That was really great. How do you feel about everything? You feel better when you?
James, to be honest, I would feel better if you sang the second verse, which I realize is kind of a role reverse, but you would be singing in the voice of the sun. I think it's only fair. I've sang quite a bit tonight. That maybe we continue the song to verse 2.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing: is I'm not terribly familiar with the lyrics.
It's
of that
okay
song.
because I can paste it right here in the Zoom chat,
Well,
which you can now see now.
I was going to ask if you wanted to meet halfway, and maybe we do some bare naked ladies with each other.
You want to sing Bare Naked Ladies together? That sounds even more chaotic. Because
look, I don't mean to brag, but I do a pretty good Brian Wilson.
Okay, so then you're gonna sing 1 week, and I'm gonna play us out.
Well, yeah, but I just said I do a pretty good Brian Wilson.
So you're gonna do 1 week as Brian Wilson.
No, the song.
I don't know any Beach Boys. You've asked me to play 7 songs tonight. I told you I've been focusing on one song.
The song Brian Wilson by Bare Naked Ladies.
Oh. You see, this is the thing. I don't know anything about Bare Naked Ladies, so how the frick am I supposed to impress this girl when I know jack shit about Bare Naked Ladies? It's a stupid.
All right, so we're gonna be singing one. We're gonna be singing. It's up to you. What do you want to do?
I only know how to play 1 week, James. That's all I know. That's all I have.
We're gonna be doing.
It's that or fathers and son. You
Look,
choose.
how about, let's do the beginning together, right? We'll do the beginning of 1 week together.
Okay, the 2 lines.
Yeah, we're gonna do the 2 lines 3 times in a row. There we go. We found it. We found live and in concert.
Hey,
you ready?
James, just before we start, I just want to say thanks, man. I see why Connor, he comes to you every week.
Yeah.
You know what you're talking about. For
I
someone
know what I'm talking about.
Who's never had sex and probably never will. It's really impressive.
Let's just get to the song. I can't wait for how deformed the audio is gonna be.
Let's do it. You ready, James?
All right. Are you gonna count? We're gonna do a 3, 2, 1, then we go.
I'm gonna do a 5, 6, 7, 8. It's been 1 week since you looked at me. Cocked your head to the side and said I'm angry. It's been 1 week since you looked at me. Cocked your head to the side and said I'm angry. 1 week since it's been 1 week since you looked at me. Cocked your head to the side and said I'm angry.
Now, that's the thing with duets. They don't work on...
Absolutely not. But thanks for having me, James.
Absolutely not. Okay, Andy. Well, I appreciate you being here tonight. I appreciate the music. And say goodnight to Wes Scantlin for me.
Yeah, Wes has been here. He's been holding that high note all night, baby. So thanks for having us, James. We'll see you next week.
Pleasure is all mine. That is Andy Assaf, alongside Wes Scantlin of Puddle of Mud. Now, I want to quickly engage with the chat. Question coming from Carlama: are we dying right now? Yeah, that was probably the first and only duet on this show because they don't quite work. We've got someone here, Labette59. Hello. What a moment for a new viewer to come in on. Two dimwits trying to sing duet at the same time together over Zoom that goes through a broadcaster and over to Twitch. There's 3 degrees of separation. Folks, that's our show tonight. Of course, another big thank you to Andy Assaf. I have to, of course, thank Monika Schneider for What Makes Monika Mad, a top 10 list, and Taylor McMillan for not only being one of the greatest guests in show history, but sending me just the most uplifting of gifts that anyone could get. We will be back this coming Friday before we enter into the weekend. Until then, thank you so much for watching. I am James. You are you. We were here. Good night, goodbye, farewell, and of course, be well.